I think we only have one, Mike, so I'm going to ask the question and I'll hand it back to the commission. Well, he definitely scratched one of the questions off with the range and saved a lot of grief on my part. Drugs and crime. While we don't have, New York City's highest crime rate, we do have some crime. And given the fact, again, that we are unique and we are miles from the nearest community other than City Island. We are a closed community, we are a tight community. Everybody knows me, I know everybody, we grow up together. And we have our own homegrown bad eggs, and we have imported bad eggs. And bad eggs by meaning drug dealers. And if you think about it, if you break down the numbers, we only have a couple of hundred young people on City Island. 1 or 2 effective drug dealers can literally addict this island. And we have lost our fair share of young people on this island to drugs. By a sign of hands, how many people know someone that's passed away on City Island from drugs? That's a lot of hands. And it's very hard for the 4-5 to infiltrate because we all know each other. So I guess the question is, Commissioner, how do we help you help us stop this before it happens?
What Billy just said, how do we help you help us? It's a shared responsibility. One of the benefits of living in a small community, a community that has very few outsiders, is that you tend to be very aware of who's doing what in your street, your block, your neighborhood, your community. You can provide information that can help us. The problem with drugs is, unfortunately, one that's not unique to your island, not unique to the city, certainly not unique to the country. We're currently seeing several trends that we're very concerned with. As Staten Island earlier today, Staten Island has the highest rate of heroin overdose and heroin deaths. That's their particular drug problem over there. We're dealing with a new drug problem with synthetic marijuana, K2, or spice as they call it. That's particularly afflicting northern Manhattan and edges of the Bronx. We touch on northern Manhattan, so that each community.
With everyone, I look forward to helping the community and hopefully changing some things. I know the inspector was phenomenal what he did, so just going to try to follow his footsteps that he chooses to go, and again, I'm happy to be here.
Many of you were at the meeting last month where we discussed one of the big players here was locked up. He was violated by parole. He was recently sentenced. He is incarcerated. So many of you know who he is. He was one of the big players out here. If anybody has information, as always, please give us information. We have people here that we can give it to. I have Inspector McCormack. He's from the Narcotics Bureau. All right, and if we get you that to us, we'll give it to him. We will have his people come and take action on it. So please, the more information we get on it, it's how we act. Thank you.
And again, they can only work as effectively as we help them. Many of you folks have come up to me or, confidentially, and I have passed that information on, and we are affecting change. We are locking up these bad guys, and you know what, City Island is better for it. The next question, which you pretty much answered, but I'll ask it out loud, is manpower. 4-5 does a phenomenal job
As many people know or may not know, 405 Precinct is one of the largest precincts in New York City. It covers a tremendous amount of real estate. Bay, Bronx Neck, Sea Island, Park City. On a midnight tour, expect how many, on average, 3 or 4 cars? 4 cars. So, Sea Island being so separated, is there any way where we can come up with a plan where Sea Island gets some better coverage? Because, and which will flow into the next part, question of traffic, especially during summer months, it gets real hot and real hard to get onto the island, even if you have to like the sun.
Relative to the staffing of 405, staffing in any precinct around the city, I already indicated how for the next 6 months, as we staff up for 400 some odd officers, we're going to counterterrorism division, that precinct will pick up an extra car, day tour, evening tour. That counterterrorism car on the morning watch, the early morning hours, staff on overtime, we don't pull officers out of the precincts. So your issue of midnight rate will be alleviated by having an additional car on the island in that period of time. What we are trying to do, however, is with those additional new officers, take a look at our staffing around the city, take a look at not only the crime issues where very frequently that's a priority where we assign our officers, but also issues to ensure that response time, for example, particularly in emergencies, particularly in the case of you here on the island where you have to travel such a distance to get here for emergencies and to get off the island again, that we're hoping to do better.